Hi guys, Abs here and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be taking you over some brand new features for our latest WordPress plugin called WP Curation Pro. In the last video, I made notes and showed you exactly how WP Curation Pro helps you achieve a high Google Fresh factor and how it helps you maintain a high freshness score, and it done this by automatically updating your content on a frequent basis and automatically syndicating your content as well. And it allowed you to do this on a weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, annual basis, basically on a schedule of your choice and your preference. In this video, however, I'm going to be showing you exactly how the curation part of the features work with WP Curation Pro. So when you're inside of your WordPress post editor or inside of your WordPress post or page section and you're ready to create a new post, then you're going to have the menu section towards the right hand side. And it looks very similar to WP Content Ranker, and throughout this video I'll be pointing out the key differences and showing you exactly why they actually work absolutely beautiful together. So anyway, when you come to make a WordPress post or when you come to make a new post on your website, then you're going to either make a post because you've got something to blog about, or because you've done some research and you're finding your competitors are talking about a certain subject and you should be blogging about it as well. So for example, if I'm in the SEO industry, I might go over to websites like SEO Roundtable, I might be going over to Search Engine Land, I might be going over to Backlinko, I might be going over to Google Webmaster Forums and whatnot you. And after I've done my research, I'm going to come along and I'm going to be creating my blog post. So what WP Curation Pro does, it allows you to bring all of your research, all of your findings and everything together into one place where you can create your post and perform absolutely fantastic curation as well. And it does this, and it does this based on feeds. So I'm going to click the feeds icon here, and I'm going to actually maximize this area here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to work with this. Now, just to let you know, you can actually maximize this and do whatever you want with this here, but we'll keep it like around here for now. So in the back end, you're going to be able to add your own categories, and you're going to be able to add your own feeds as well. So for my categories, I've added SEO, I've added HubSpot, I've added video marketing, and I've added a testing category as well. So with SEO, I'll quickly double click on SEO Roundtable. But what you can see is when I've double clicked on SEO Roundtable, the server is going ahead and getting the posts from SEO Roundtable, and it's going to list them here so I can go through them one at a time. I've got a feed from Search Engine Land, from Mozblog, and from Matthew Woodward, and the plugin actually allows you to go ahead and search for these feeds, and this is how the majority of these feeds came about here. What I can do now is I can click on, so these are feeds that I've shortlisted, or these are websites that I've shortlisted that I would go to go and do some research if I want to actually perform a blog post, because I've got a blog about SEO. So for example, if you got a blog about, say, cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, then you might have categories or you might have feeds in here that are all related to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and the latest news and trends. If you got something about cannabis, then you might have feeds in here about cannabis blogs and muscle building with muscle building blogs and whatnot you. So anyway, I've got SEO down here, so I can actually click on any one of these posts down here, and what happens is WP Curation Pro will load a HTML view of the actual post down here, which you can scroll through, you can look up and down to as well, and it will also show you a text view, it'll show you headings view, H1s, H2s, H3s, and H4s if there are any. It'll give you meta descriptions and meta tags. Tags are meta keywords if they've got any on there. It'll give you LSI terms and it'll give you images as well. Now when it comes to LSI terms, then because we are not searching for a keyword, what WP Curation Pro does, it actually takes all of the content in the text area and it removes some ignore words that we don't want to use, things like and, if, what, and which aren't niche specific. And then what it does, it actually calculates how many times these words are used and shows you the most used words towards the top. So for example, mid-November Google algorithm search ranking update, the most used terms in here are keywords such as search, Google, SEO, update, forum, algorithm, Yahoo, updates, news, and ranking. And then you've got 2 phrases, you've got 3 phrases, and then you can actually check these with your own as well. So it's very, very similar to how WP Content Ranker works, but it works based off feeds. So for example, I can go over to HubSpot and I can have the server, or I can have the plugin go ahead and visit HubSpot and bring back all the details here. I can go over and I can click on this, go over to the HTML view, And again, I don't even need to leave my WordPress blog, and I can do all of my research from here. Now, the really cool thing about this, guys, is let's say, for example, I'm writing an article, or let's say I've done my research and I've said, okay, I want to write about, how to grow brand awareness. And I've written some details about how to grow brand awareness, and now I wanted to do some curation. Okay, I can come along here. I can also get ideas from here, and I got the idea of creating brand awareness post because of this feed here. I can actually just highlight whatever area I want, for example, and I can drag it and I can drop it into my content area, and it's fully in there. I can go over to the images section. I can drag and drop an image in here, and the image is in there as well. I can go back over to the HTML section if I want. I can drag and drop sections inside of the content area. And that's been added in the wrong area. It's always a good idea to actually add some blank spaces. And the cool thing about this dialog box is you can close it, and wherever you was, guys, you're going to be able to open it up again. So for example, I can come back over to this dialog box now. I can go over to feeds, and we're on exactly the same location again. Okay, so if I wanted this section here, for example, I can drag it and I can drop it into my content area, and we've got it down here as well. Okay, and don't forget, guys, you might actually have your own article down here, and then you're saying, okay, well, you know what, I want this section down here to be added at a later date, in which case you can make use of the shortcode, and you can say, okay, I want this added on, I don't know, let's say December the 14th. Just remember to watch the video below this video if you haven't already seen this, and I'll have these auto syndicated to these areas here. Oops, I've just multi-dragged that image there, and I'm going to click on OK. Okay, and now that's been replaced with a shortcode, and you can see the details that are going to get syndicated, that are going to get auto updated next month. And this is how you work with WP Curation Pro. And when you're looking to do proper curation, guys, and you need to leave link backs as well, then you've got the whole link area down here. So after you've taken your area, you can say, okay, and this is a link back to this original article down here, which is absolutely beautiful, guys. Very, very simple, very straightforward as well. Now, there are a few other things that you can do with WP Curation Pro as well. So for example, I'll go over to feeds again. What I can do, I can actually press Control A, highlight it all, and drag it all and drop it into my text editor. So it might be easier for me to actually work with everything inside of my text area and leave everything out. And then what I can do is I can actually go ahead and start formatting it all in the way that I would like. So for example, I don't want none of these areas down here. I don't want her picture in there as well. This is the writer. Instead, I'm going to leave a link back to the actual site. So I don't want that in there as well. I might not want this image in here as well. I might think that this image is too large. And then, you know what, we've got all these links down here. Okay, so I might not want no links. I'll highlight everything and I'll remove all links. Okay, I don't even think this is a link down here. Okay, but every other link has been removed. I don't know why that wasn't removed. I think that's an image. There we go, it's an image, that's why. Okay, yeah, so and then what I can do is go ahead and say, okay, I want to go ahead and spin it all, and I can make use of the best spinner or spin rewriter. Now when you're spinning, that isn't true curation, guys. Now the best way to do it is say, okay, you know, this is an article that I curated, or I got details from, and I got it from this area here, and this is the website link, and that's your true curation there. But you might want to spin it. So if you want to spin it, you can spin it, guys. You can also syndicate the content. Syndicating the content allows you to syndicate it to Twitter, Tumblr, and Pinterest. What you can also do as well, guys, which is really, really cool, is instead of just working with feeds, let's just make some space on here. Yeah, okay, so instead of working with just feeds, guys, what the plugin allowed you to do is work with video channels as well. So inside the video, as you can see, I've got an abs category, I've got SEO, video marketing, test category. Abs category is only my videos, so only my channel. So down here, I can actually click on here and I can go ahead and view the video. If I want to watch the video. My computer's running fairly slow today, guys, so I do apologize. Or I can just drag it and drop it inside of my text area and add the video of my choice. And I can play the video here as well if I want to play the video as well. And if I go over to the SEO category, guys, I can double click this this one here. Oops, I haven't double clicked it. Okay, and as you can see, I've got all the videos coming in from this channel here. If I double click this one here, I'm gonna have all the videos coming in from this channel here. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is because we work with the channel URL and the video URL, then it means every time a video is uploaded on the channel, you're always gonna get new details down here. So if you come here tomorrow and a new video was added yesterday or today, then you'll be able to see that new video down here as well. So as and when new videos show on the channel, you're gonna be able to see them down here as well. And adding them is drag and drop easy as well. So anyway, this was how WP Curation Pro works, guys. Now let me just compare this with WP Content Ranker and show you why this is very different. So for example, let's say if I wanted to write a blog post today about private blog networks. Now, if I go over to the feed section, I can't, and I go over to SEO, and I go over to SEO Roundtable. SEO Roundtable are going to have the latest posts that they've put onto their blog, and I don't know if they're going to have anything about private blog networks. Well, they're probably not, guys. If I go over to Search Engine Land, they're not going to have anything about private blog networks. They probably have wrote about private blog networks, but not at this precise time to work with feeds, guys. So what we do is with WP Content Ranker, let me just type in private blog network. With WP Content Ranker, I can do a search on either Google, Yahoo or Bing for my keyword, or the keyword of my choice, and what it will do, it will actually go ahead and it will find the top 10 ranking sites inside of Google at this precise moment and tell you exactly who's ranking, and then it'll give you data, so it'll give you titles, headings, meta details, LSI details and everything else, guys, based on your keyword. So what this allows you to do is when you already know what your keyword you're going to be targeting and you want to produce content for it, then you'd be using WP Content Ranker. However, when you want to do curation, or when you want to go and find ideas of what you want to be blogging about or what not, you guys, then this is when you'd be using WP Curation Pro. And as you can see, they work absolutely beautifully together, guys. There's no problems with them, there's no conflicts with them as well. Okay, with WP Content Ranker, you can go over to the Alls tab and you can see all of the content down here. You don't have a HTML view, unfortunately, but with WP Curation Pro you do, and the reason behind it is because you might only want to be taking small bits and bobs of areas, so then you can actually perform some nice curation with it. With WP Content Ranker, however, you can add any keyword you want, and you can go ahead and get titles and headings and metadata and all sorts, guys. So they both have their advantages, and not to forget, guys, the feature that I've mentioned in the last video, which was being able to work with the Google Fresh Factor, auto syndications and auto updates and scheduled areas inside of your content itself. Now, there is one more feature with WP Curation Pro, guys, which I'm going to be leaving for another video. Just imagine having auto blogs. Now, just imagine having automatically, or just imagine having auto curated blogs now as well. So WP Curation Pro also has an auto curation pro area, which works based off templates that you add, based off feeds that you add, based on a schedule and everything that you add as well. And I'm going to be saving that for the next video, guys, so do keep an eye out for that next video. For now, however, I'll take you over to the settings area and I'll quickly show you how this works. So we've got the ignore list and that, guys. I don't want to bore you with that, but with the categories and feeds and YouTube, guys, you can add your own category. So I can say test 1, for example, and when I go over to test 1, I can go ahead and, like, if I click on SEO, you can see all of my feeds inside of there. HubSpot, you can see my feeds in there and whatnot. I can go over to test 1, click on add, and when I click down here, I can add any feed I like, guys, 1 per line, my choice, or I can have the plugin go ahead and do a search for us. So for example, SEO, and it's going to pull back these feeds down here. I can go ahead, choose whichever ones I want. I can go ahead and click them and go into one of them inside of the inside of my browser first, and then I can go ahead, if I'm happy with them, drag and drop them inside of here, click on here, and as you can see, these have been added. The same is true with YouTube as well. I go over to abs. As you can see, I've got one URL in there. I've got 2 in there. I've got 1 in there. I've got 1 in there, and I can go ahead and add my own one as well in here. And what happens is whatever ones you add inside of here will then become available inside of your area down here. So the plugin will actually grow with you. The more you add to the plugin, the more your details and data you're going to be able to work with. The more blogs and the more competitors and everything you want to keep an eye on, guys, you're going to be able to keep an eye on on them as soon as you make a post on your WordPress site. So it's really cool. It gives some powerful features by your side, so that you can really start producing quality content and producing quality curated content as well, and really, you know, keeping an eye on your competitors at the same time. So anyway, keep a lookout for the next video, guys. I think you're going to really enjoy the auto curated part of it as well. It can go into automatic mode, it can go into draft mode, it can go into categories, and there's so many more cool features to come. But just don't forget to leave a comment below this video, because you could be one of the lucky winners to win one of several developer licenses which we have available. So until the next video, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one.